Hey everyone, it's great to be back with you. A little over a year ago, I shared my story on Reddit about how I fell into some pretty dark places: alcoholism, gambling, and, well, making some questionable decisions regarding my personal life. Specifically, I found myself performing sexual favors for money. It was a rough time, and honestly, I didn't know how to cope. But today, I want to give you an update on my journey. So picture this. After that awkward run in with Barb at the bar, I didn't hear from her for about a month. During that time, my mind raced with thoughts. Was she off with someone else? Maybe she found a different guy to pay for. You know. Turns out, she was just visiting her brother in Arizona. A relief, right? But here's the thing. I didn't mention anything to my friends about Barb or our little arrangement. I was honestly terrified of how they'd react. I mean, who wants to admit they've been involved in something like that? But here's the twist. Nobody brought it up. Not a single word. I think they had their suspicions, but they were cool about it. And that, my friends, made it easier for me to cope. Fast forward to January of last year. I get a message from Barb out of the blue asking if I could help her take down her Christmas lights. I was surprised. I thought she might want to revisit our previous arrangement, but no. She genuinely just wanted help with her lights. When I got there, I decided to come clean about why I had run off at the bar. To my surprise, she told me that after I left, she immediately told my friends it was all just a joke. Apparently, they thought I was just overreacting. Can you imagine? But she also dropped some news on me that really shifted the dynamic. Barb confessed she didn't want to move forward with our arrangement. She admitted she got caught up in the moment and ended up doing things that made her feel filthy. And I get it. When she said that, it struck me. It was like she was voicing what I had been wrestling with all along. I told her, I'm okay with being friends, but I'm only interested in sex with someone I actually want a relationship with. I mean, who would have thought I'd find myself saying that? It turns out I had only made an exception when it came to money. Now, here's where things took a turn for the better. I was participating in a dry January challenge with friends. I was clear-headed for the first time in ages and free from the temptations of gambling. It felt good. Plus, I made a major career change. I took a job that paid less, but the stress, almost non-existent. Life was shifting. Sure, I still drank, but it was social. I still gambled, but only occasionally and with smaller amounts. I was gaining control over my life, piece by piece. Barb reached out a couple more times in the months that followed, asking for my services. But as the weeks rolled on, we transitioned into something more casual. We'd see each other at the bar, smile, chat, and laugh. And you know what? It felt good. It felt normal. Looking back, I realized we had both moved past that chaotic chapter of our lives. At 33, I was feeling positive about the future. Sure, I wasn't exactly where I wanted to be, or where I could have been if I'd made better choices. But I was genuinely happy with who I was becoming and how I treated myself and others. So here I am today, standing before you, no longer making thousands by having sex with an older woman, but instead leading a healthier, more fulfilling life. I guess what I'm trying to say is sometimes we stumble into dark places, but it's never too late to find your way back into the light. And that's my story. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever found yourself in a situation you thought you'd never escape? How did you turn it around? Let's chat in the comments below.